She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
Meow. It's up to you. It's why I gave you the blade. I chose last time and I regret it, so now it's your time to choose. We're both scared and we're both hurting. If one of us don't make a change, we'll probably kill each other forever. Do you want that? I don't. We can be better. You're beautiful. I want to actually save you, and it feels like the only way to do it. If you're like someone I know, you're probably going to kill me. God damn it. You just killed me already. I got a speech check. Killed me. I don't care. Kill me. You're beautiful.
She pulls back, clearly caught off guard by whatever nonsense you just said to her. I thought it was nice. Whether it's nice depends on if we meant it. We didn't mean it. Did we? If you were lying, we'd all know. But unfortunately, you weren't lying.
I meant it.
What? What do you mean by that? What kind of game are you playing?
I'm playing Slay the Princess, but I want to lay the princess.
The look of surprise that momentarily softened her features vanishes as she steals her nerves. And then she buries the blade in your heart. What? No, come on, that's not right.
Well, at least I was honest. Cute face.
I told you
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
Because it was
But you
destiny,
don't have the
babe.
strength to respond, nor do you have the time.
It was destiny.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Again. Hand your power to a suspicious character.
You're on a path in the woods. I can't believe she actually stabbed us. I told you not to give her the blade. I told you it would come around to bite us. I voted against it. Yeah, we know. You already got your I told you so's in while we were bleeding out. I just wanted to make sure that everyone here knows that I was and am on the right side of that argument.
Why is this one...
Oh, you're far from being on the right side of
the
anything.
voice of the smitten.
You're fixated on the past, whereas what you should be is fixated on the future.
Dude,
oh, a visionary. I like it. Tell me more. Gladly, my dear fellow. By cruelly turning on the princess in her moment of vulnerability, we made ourselves an enemy. But by mastering our fear and insecurity and handing over our power, we've begun a journey to something so much deeper. I like journeys. Traveling is a bit of a passion of mine. It makes me so relatable. Now, where are we off to? Well, if we're lucky, it's a journey
to love.
She hates us. Does she? She hesitated before stabbing us to death. Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change. So maybe she'll realise that things don't have to end in violence. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try. Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right? It makes no difference if we conspire in the shadows or bear our intentions with open hearts. We are breaking your cruel cycle and whisking her away to freedom. Oh, are you now? Great, so you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually. Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
You know what's weird about my chair is that on my left, I guess the left arm, when I press the button to raise it, the left one's higher than the right one by a couple centimeters. Or I don't know why. Is that because I've been leaning against the one on the right? Like, why is it? It shouldn't be. They should be the same height. It's so weird, man. Why is that a thing? Although, now that I look at it, they're the same height, but when I sit down, they're not. Weird. Should have got a better chair. Next time, don't get a chair from IKEA that feels comfortable when you first sit down, but now, like, after sitting, I don't know. It's better than the old chair I had, but still. Chairs. It's hard. We're going to free her. I will confess my feelings. This place is different. It keeps changing.
Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which, in turn, likely means her influence is spreading.
That was weird.
Someone's in the know. I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her. You don't have to worry about me. My head's always empty. Except for thoughts of her.
Except for thoughts of her. Bro's a G. Bro's a G, man. Except for her. Where are you? Screw the cabin. What happens if we just leave?
She gets out is what happens. Maybe not right away, but eventually. And a world that's doomed tomorrow is just as bad as a world that's doomed today. He's a bummer, isn't he? All doom this and doom that. There's more to the world than how and when it will end. Love is what makes everything worth doing. Whatever you do, don't listen to this one. He's ridiculous. Whatever he wants you to do, do the opposite.
No. I will not. I will not.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin.
Look at all the
I think it's clear where everyone
thorns.
stands at this point. I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one, too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. The princess is a threat to you. She's a threat to me, and most importantly, she's a threat to the world. You know what you have to do.
I don't care about the world. I care about her.
The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned-out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here.
Oh, look at the
Charred
poppies.
wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table, a pristine... Wait, this isn't right. There's supposed to be a pristine blade.
The narrator is
Why isn't there
breaking.
a pristine blade? We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here. And if she has it... Let me guess. You want to get all chummy with her.
Yes!
Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work. If she does have it, that's
Let's
all the
get
more reason
chummy.
to put our faith in
Yo,
her.
Crease, what's
We've
going
already
on?
shown her our heart. Now she has to show us hers. Unless her heart tells her to stab us, which doesn't seem unlikely. So, yes, I agree.
Give you a shout
Let's
out.
make sure we get on her good side.
Check out the buddy Crease. I'm going to approach the mirror because
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent.
You
know what you have to do. Wipe away the grit from the mirror, and behold our handsome features. You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading
There's
to the
nothing
basement.
there.
What are you doing? Alas, our fine features remain unseen. We'll just have to trust that she'll find us beautiful as we are. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it?
Was out most of today, finally got home to chill. Nice. I am chilling as well. There is lots of rain and wind outside. There's a bomb cyclone around where I'm living or something like that. A cyclone bomb. Lots of wind. Well, it seems like the only way is to go forward, isn't it?
Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
Okay. Enter.
You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below.
The darkness.
The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you.
What is my favorite voice so far? So, I did stream it last year for Halloween, but that was before the Pristine edition, and I didn't get all the endings, I think. I don't know. My favorite voice, probably the Contrarian and the Smitten. Yeah.
Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved. These thorns are an expression of her pain. I know it. She's calling out for help. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion,
He's writing it
hobbles
down.
up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? We kill each other and you come back. You let me kill you and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
Mine is opportunist and cheated. I haven't played the game, but it seems many people like the Contrarian. It's just because I like dicking around with the narrator. I want to figure out a way out of here for good. I don't know what I want. I never really choose to come here. I want to free you. I mean it. I just want to talk, really talk.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
Okay.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once
Oh
a
gosh,
vast
is she
open
cooked?
cavern,
Okay.
now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles. The space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
Oh my gosh, are you okay? It's like you're wearing a crown of thorns. I can cut you free, but you'll have to give... Damn, look at all these Yeah, I'm here to laugh. What did you think would happen after you killed me? Do you think I wouldn't hold it against you? I'm not here to laugh. I'm here to free you, if you'll let me. I can cut you free, but you'll have to give me the blade. You're in a prison of your own making. I broke our cycle of violence. If you still want to... Just a lot of turning around and leaves.
I want to trust you.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
You're not the only one who yearns for freedom. I'm trapped as you are. I think we need to leave together. Is there nothing I can say to change your mind? Lots of turning around and leave.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us.
I'm rising.
It's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Yeah, I know.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
If my stream dies, it's because the power goes out, okay? Because of the storm. Just letting you know. Can I leave. Is there nothing I can say to change your mind?
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
That's true.
She's right, there's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own. We don't need words to send a message. It is through action that we can show her our adoration,
And
our devotion,
devotion.
our kindness.
Rizmaxing. Let's go. Then maybe it's past time for either of us to say anything. All that counts is action. Can I take the blade now?
Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart back to the floor. She hangs her head in resignation.
Okay.
And then I stab her. No. Reach for...
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers.
Aw.
For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms. She trusts us. She trusts us. Doesn't that set your heart aflutter?
A flutter.
Yeah, a little. It could just be nerves. Being this close to her does bring back unpleasant memories, but I don't know, it doesn't feel bad. It feels good. Like we're special to her. We are special to have gained an ounce of trust from a maiden so guarded. Now all that remains is to free her from her bindings. Yeah, let's do it. Let's show her how much both of us have changed. Or, hear me out.
Hear me out.
Slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance. That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him.
No. I object.
I see that the lines have been drawn. It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2. You don't count. And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clearly not one of us.
But what about me?
That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Cut her. I just wanted to. I just wanted my blade back. You're on your own. Just walks away. Cut her free.
Yes. What a good idea. Let's cut her free.
Wait, you changed sides?
Oh, so you're suddenly team free her. You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess. Everyone deserves a chance at redemption. Let him join us and be merry. We are all united by our passion. That's right. What he said. We've already given him a chance at redemption. And who says I don't deserve another? I really mean it this time. I'm big enough to admit when I'm wrong. So I want to help you all free her. And I have no problem with that. Welcome to the team. You're one of us now.
Brother!
Good guys.
One of the good.
Take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade. Such a pathetic attempt at distraction and subterfuge. Our blade is a dashing sword, and every dashing sword is an extension of its hero. It won't slip. You're right. He can't even make it slip, can he? He's a bit of a nobody. Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning.
Son of a bitch.
The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this.
I hate you.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Do you see the way she's looking at us? Kiss her. Kiss her now before the moment ends.
Yes, kiss her.
Can we actually do that? No, you can't. Absolutely not. You know as well as I do that we can.
We can.
And we wouldn't want to throw away a chance for a special moment, now would we?
Ayo.
If I were only capable of throwing myself off a bridge.
Ayo.
Well, are you going to describe our steamy, romantic kiss?
Huh?
You lean in and you kiss her. And she reciprocates enthusiastically. You kiss. It's done. Are you happy now? Come on now, this is the big moment. You can do better than that.
Speech check. Speech
Fine.
check.
You and the princess lock eyes and stare deep into each other's souls with all the roaring emotion that comes from letting what once was hatred turn into pure, unbridled passion.
Lovely. I love it
You're
here.
making fun of us.
I love it here.
And then each of you close your eyes and kiss. Words can describe neither the nuclear fire nor the oceanic depth of your connection.
Damn, that's
Please.
poetic.
I think he actually likes romance. If
Poetic.
history itself were not about to end, historians would document this moment for the rest of time. Musicians would write
Nut.
defining ballads, and great artists would expend entire lifetimes trying to merely capture the spark you hold right now. He's making fun of us. It doesn't matter either way, because this is good stuff. I'm aware of my skills. But unfortunately for you, the moment doesn't last forever. You open your eyes, the princess smiles gently up at you. Time for you to damn the whole world to oblivion, I suppose.
True love's kiss.
That was nice.
Her hand slips into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs.
Oh, I heard the... Wait.
Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out.
I heard the nut, but you didn't hear the nut? Maybe the game was too loud. Let me see something. Alert box, alert box, alert box. Here we are. Wait, let me try. The game volume is fine. Let me try.
Nut.
That is a really quiet nut. Tell me if you heard that. That's a store alert, isn't it? Oh, it's just actually... Yeah! It's really quiet. I don't know why. Like, if you try one of the other redemptions... Actually, no, wait, I have an idea. Stream alerts. I just want to make sure that the nut sounds good. I want to make sure the nut sounds good. Jeez. Jeez. That's nice. Wait, let me turn up the nut sound. Let me turn up the nut. Oh my god. The nut has to be good. So true. Alright, now let's see. No, that's bonk. Where the hell's the nut? Where is the nut? Oh, there it is.
Nut.
Okay, that sounds slightly better. I think the reason why I turned it down was because of this one. This one's really loud.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
You know what? I'm just gonna turn them all up to 60% increased. The nut has to be good. Or else, what's the point? Alright, I'm testing the nut.
Nut.
Yeah, that's better. Nut! Maybe we'll lower the volume a bit. Go. Shame, really? The same thorn so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your way out. Damn.
Please, after all the trials we've been through, do you really think a few measly thorns can stop us? Love is an even more powerful weapon than our blade. We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
Okay, now I'm moving the voice back up.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Cut into the thorns.
As you swing your blade into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield. Both you and the
Romance.
princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this?
Not giving me
Your
love.
nightmare is our dream. Whatever world would condemn star-crossed lovers like us to a cycle of violence and despair isn't a world worth saving. We'll weave something new together. Something better. You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance.
Can I hug her?
We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Into your freedom!
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day, you irredeemable murderers.
What do we do now? Where's everything going?
Uh-oh.
Why is it so cold?
No, don't leave me! Damn it.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
No!
There's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right? If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
I reach forward. You've grown. Proceed to the cabin. Approach.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
My love! Are you the same as before you were before?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
When I go back as if an invisible wall closes, why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
You have been kinder to me than anyone I've ever met. Thank you!
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't deserve. Even when shown compassion, she hid herself away. She will make for a cautious heart. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
No! What do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you. I've hurt them.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
I'm ready.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Bring the thorn to her, a cautious heart.
You're on a path in the...
I can skip that. I'm going to the cabin. What should I
You make your way
chat?
up the short path to the cabin.
What should I do? Should I take the blade or enter the basement? I'm giving chat the option if you're active. Chat, what do I do, chat? Or if you're there, Crease. I'll just give a couple of time. 8:38. What do you mean you don't know? There's two choices, blade or no blade. Go with the blade again? Okay, I'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table.
Oh, damn it, you guys...
It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world.
Well, go
without
fist
it.
of cuffs next time, I suppose. Alright. Alright. Hi!
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Alright, how are we gonna riz her with the
She's
sword?
so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Do you want me to? Nuh-uh. 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 What? No way. Why would you even think that? Okay, yeah, I mean, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. Choices, choices, choices. Nuh-uh.
Then drop the knife.
Nuh-uh.
We should. It'll go a long way to building trust with her. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
It's not very heroic. Drop. Should I drop the knife or tighten? Tighten my hand. Tighten. Going once. Going twice. Going thrice. Going drop. Drop. Drop the knife. Go for... Oh, yeah, okay. We drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Time to flirt.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
Time to flirt.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Are you coming on to me? How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. There's people out there who think you're going to end. What's your name? Okay, we've talked enough. Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Oh, what's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Here because you're supposed to end the world?
Don't just tell her that.
Okay then, ma'am.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
No. What are you going to do here if I let you... I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing
Okay then, ma'am.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
But what if I want to
That doesn't
lay
sound
you?
right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
Your love. What?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
I can't.
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Okay.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I'm going to keep you locked away. I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding
I'm
the
a
princess
simp.
to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Whoa, deja vu.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of
I
day.
feel like I've already gone down this
They
path.
wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
But I have the sword. And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas besides cutting you out of here? Besides me cutting you out of here?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
What?
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance.
Just use the...
If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs
Yeah,
slams
I've seen
shut. You hear the click of a lock. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I've heard this before.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh.
Ooh.
The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
Ooh. Yeah,
She didn't so much as utter a sound.
Yeah, panic. Panic.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you.
Now
Fierce
kiss.
gaze meeting your eye.
Now kiss.
How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
Jeez, Mr. Narrator.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait,
what?
this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Ah, you... Wait, warn her, warn her!
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
I resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
Resist!
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
No! Why you do
Her
that?
face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it?
I love you!
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Fuck you, narrator. The prisoner. Sacre bleu, the prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that
The cabin is
a
a princess.
You're here to
Slay
her.
her.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, you bastard. You're in it for now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around.
Oh yeah, the
I
skeptic.
wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that
this
way.
way.
You know
No,
I can hear you
too, right?
It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Let's proceed.
A warning.
Before you go any further,
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to.
Wink.
Wink. Did you just say wink out loud?
Yeah!
No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Wink. I proceed. Wink.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Alright, do I take the blade or do I not take the blade?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade or don't take the blade. I'm gonna approach the mirror first.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror.
Take the blade or don't
Or at least
take the
it'll
blade.
be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Time to wipe the mirror. Oh,
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Take the blade.
But there was a mirror a second ago. And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Alright, we're taking the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
A weapon.
Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an
like a
old
dungeon.
stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs
damn.
and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier.
Huh.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Good point.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
I'm gonna sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sit closer. I want to be close.
Do you think this is a game? Do you think these chains take away my say in things?
Uh-oh.
As you move towards the princess, she stands, her chains clinking as she wraps them around her fists. In an instant, they're around your neck, both
Oh,
of you
no!
dropping to the ground as she pulls
Oh,
them
no!
taut, bracing her body
Wait!
against yours as you struggle uselessly.
Wait! Ma'am!
The metal chains constrict around your windpipe as the princess heaves with a muscled intensity.
Drop the knife or you die.
What is she doing? We weren't trying to attack her. I can see where she might have gotten the wrong idea. She doesn't have much agency here.
Prisoner
have trusted her
princess
if the
takes
roles were
no
reversed?
prisoners, ironically. Yikes.
I don't know. How about we think about the nuances of interpersonal relationships when we're not being strangled? How many times did I warn you she's not to be trusted? But while strangulation can be very distracting, she's not armed, and you have your pristine blade. End her before she ends you.
No, we'll just end up each other. I drop it.
As your weapon falls pathetically to the floor, the princess releases you from her stranglehold, shoving you away with a swift kick. Your hands test the bruised flesh of your neck as you regain your senses, watching with a dazed expression as the princess snatches up the blade.
That wasn't so hard, was it?
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly, as she raises the blade to her throat.
What are you doing?
You can stay right where you are for this next part.
What is she doing?
That's what I asked.
She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
No.
No.
No. Uneasy. Oh my
Her eyes
god.
stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its
What
way
the
through her
fuck?
neck. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that? Huh. So that's her play. Killing herself? She isn't dead yet. Finally,
Oh!
you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet.
I just wanted to
no.
riz her, bro.
Oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you, dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
Fuck you, narrator.
So I guess that's it. What a way to go. But she is gone, isn't she?
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Now hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush? What's your angle?
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us. I'm sure you can understand that.
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of a reason. She's left us with this dangling thread, and I need to know why.
Smart.
You're just wasting your energy. The danger has passed, and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward.
Take the princess with you. She's my wife.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
She didn't. She's dead.
I saw her eye twitch.
What if she's not? Are you listening to yourself?
Oh, I saw
Do I
her
need to
eye
explain
twitch.
to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
Leave the cabin.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is...
Wait.
Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
Free a prisoner. Talking heads.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already...
But it's already.
over? Is he gone?
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
It just grabs her their head. Bruh. I wanted to keep... Oh, man.
She's gone. And there's that mirror again. This doesn't feel right. It feels...
You're right.
Oh, Goopy. I've withered. It's just a severed head and the body. Oh my goodness.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul. This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart.
Clever.
Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer. My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
Kinda.
My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and tells me new secrets. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
I'm trying to think. Bring the prisoner's head to her. Clever heart.
You're on a path.
Alright. Let's just enter the basement. Fisticuff style.
The door to the basement.
Continue down the stairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be of threat to anyone? I am begging you to...
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Hold on.
Okay.
If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Damn.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but...
Why?
I agree with the princess.
Why?
That's hardly relevant.
Oh, come on.
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Right? I'm sorry, but I just can't trust you. You can retrieve the blade?
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
So, what? You're going to try and kill me? You'll regret this. I promise you. But go ahead, run along and get whatever you're planning to get. But you'd better hope that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
This is new.
She has to be bluffing, but hurry. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet.
This is new.
Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm.
Oh,
its cool
God.
flesh still chained to
Oh,
the wall,
God.
and she is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me, or did this room get a lot bigger?
Let's finish this.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
Where is she?
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
Investigate.
You step forward to investigate the severed limb. A trail of blood leads from its jagged stump into a dark corner of the basement. And then you hear the quiet patter of feet against the floor, and there's suddenly a weight on your shoulders. The princess tears into you. Her teeth and claws are
I've seen this
unnaturally
before.
sharp, ripping into your shoulders, digging into your throat. You fall to the ground, the princess eagerly tearing at your flesh. Holy shit. What is she?
Give up.
Are you serious? As the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers can no longer hold the blade. It slips from your hand, your one last means of defense lying useless beside you in a pool of your cooling blood. I suppose you just lacked the will to fight back. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is.
I gave up because last time I fought.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Damn. The beast. Ooh. Is this where she's a cat girl?
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to
Proceed.
A warning. She will lie. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
Into the cabin. What's the interior like?
The interior of the cabin
weird.
is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Look out, boys! It's coming! It's a raid!
It's fatal. It's a fatal nation. Yo, what's going fatal? Oh, and Miramista
boys.
won double raid.
It's coming! It's a raid!
And the squats. Oh gosh, here we go. Future, fatal, what's going on, buddies? And I gotta do some squats. Raiders of the Lost Ark. 1, 2. Pop, pop, pop. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 extra hours on stream. Times 2. Welcome in, welcome in. We're playing some Slay the Princess. And I'm entering the basement without the sword.
No steel claw.
Do you think we can talk our way out of this? I don't think she wants to talk.
I
Times
guess
two.
we'll just have to trust that we made the right call. It'll still be here if we need it.
We'll go downstairs.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes.
Watch the steps.
The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
You always say that, Mr.
She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
I can smell
She
you.
sounds almost feral,
Damn.
impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs.
I can smell you.
The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
I hope your guys' streams did well. Or, you know, I hope you had fun doing... Wait, what were you were playing Naruto Shippuden. Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3. I assume you guys were playing together. I didn't... Is that a fighting game? Based on Naruto. Naruto? Naruto? But we gotta be careful about this. I forgot, you know, when you rated me, I forgot to give the mentions of, like, my introductions of, like, hey everyone, I'm a steampunk VTuber over here, I hope you enjoy your stay. I don't know. Everyone does that, like, when I raid them, they have, like, this spiel, and I'm like, damn, do I have to give a spiel of who I am? Can they not see who I am? I don't know. Just my opinion. Voices of the Hunted.
You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess.
Or is she?
She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping.
I don't have a
It
sword.
doesn't matter what she is.
I need a
It only
gun.
matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves,
gosh.
staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you.
Yeah, I'm all just a bird.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright.
Gee,
Yes,
if
Shifty.
only
She's
I
getting
had
ready
a
to pounce.
weapon.
Move, now.
You're about to attack me, aren't you? We don't have to kill each other, you know that, right?
There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous.
Oh my god!
Princess lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain. You are devoured. I guess that's it then, isn't it?
Well, that's too bad.
Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it.
What?
You are in a dark and caustic
Oh
place.
no!
A thick, fibrous lining constricts
No!
around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
You spoke when you needed to act.
The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me.
The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her.
Ew.
Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something.
Kick.
We don't have steel, but we have tooth and claw. Tear through her before we are her.
Ew. Ew. Ugh. Fine. You can leave. Just let me go.
Oh, can I?
The click of what you presume to be a door ripples through the layers of suffocating flesh.
That wasn't so hard.
You feel her take another massive step, and then another, and then... It's gone quiet, hasn't it?
What am I supposed to do? You feel churning in the forms around you, and then a wet tunneling before you are ejected to a place that is nowhere at all.
I guess I don't need you to be a part of me. How lucky for you. This place is cold.
Dude, that's nasty, bro. Dude, I'm like burning.
She's gone. And is that a... This doesn't...
Dude. You've unraveled. Proceed. I should have just bitten clawed. Approach.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
I don't know. Do you think that anything is real out there?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Do you know what? But thoughts on this vessel?
This one is consumed by instinct, a predator pushing those around her to adapt. She will make for a cunning heart. She wishes me to devour you, to make you a part of myself, but she is only a voice.
That's some weird shit.
Do not mourn her, for she is part of something greater.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices.
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces
He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have some answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves. 1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
But who do I get next?
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
I'm ready.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Alright, now what? Bring the beast to the... her.
You're on a path. You're here.
Do I get some sort of...
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before. You may... We're not gonna go... Ignore him. The interior of the cabin is almost... The blade is your...
Choices, choices, choices. Let's take the blade this time.
You take the blade.
Enter the basement.
The daughter... Her voice.
Who's there?
She said, don't let it...
Hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
What, I'm just being honorable.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes. She's so coldly... Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
What? No way. What are you thinking? Yeah, it wasn't a joke.
I know. You brought a knife with you and everything. But you don't have to try and kill me. You could always toss that scrap of metal to the ground and give the two of us a chance to talk things out.
She makes a compelling point. What if we did... Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster.
Titan.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
I want to find out what you
She's
can do.
unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Are you sure she's not armed?
I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Why not?
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
Yes!
You squint even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
I love the squinting part. Let's drop the blade.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward
Wait, I've
start
heard
to a
this before.
relationship.
Do you know okay,
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know what.
Slay.
You charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck.
What? Where'd she get that?
Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish your task quickly before you run out of time.
I'm gonna
Are you
die.
serious? The wound in your neck is too much for you to bear, and you collapse to the floor of the basement, rapidly bleeding out. The princess stands over you with an intense curiosity as you fade away.
Oops.
Oops. Oops. That's
Everything goes dark,
that's all she
and you
said.
die.
Oopsies. Oh, the razor. God damn it. I thought I was doing something different.
You're on a path. You're here.
Let's just
You
turn
have
around.
already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Damn it.
Oh, she will lie. He couldn't be. We know what to look out for. Just
I've seen the razor before. So, what happens if I...
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade
I can't
perched
load
on
back.
its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do...
What memories? Oh, okay. Become one with the princess in the very literal sense. May involve, but does not necessarily the space between the hero and the princess. Free a gentle captive, meet your equal in combat, die pathetically to a Brit. You don't need the world for your happy ending. Now there isn't autosaves because it says load. Oh. Oh, here. You're right. Finish the job.
With the last bit of your will, you press forward, sinking the blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you collapse on the floor together, rapidly bleeding out.
Somehow, I thought this would turn out a little differently. But I wonder, do you really think that this was enough to stop me?
Yay!
It's like she's convinced she can't die. But you don't have time to worry over such things.
And you die.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, it's still the razor, too. Whoa. I wonder. No quick saves. I'm gonna just keep you locked
That seems
up.
like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't... I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
I'm doubtful.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one. I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
I can turn around and finish the job. Oh, that's a relief. I was already committed to not slaying her.
It's never too late to do the right thing. Now hurry. You charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately you're...
Okay, she does the same thing. Alright, we know...
You'll be the death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door.
And then you fall asleep.
It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out?
Okay.
It's not like this little door I'll hold for very long anyways. And it's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Damn. Threat. So all of this was just an act, wasn't it? You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess. You're a monster.
I can be innocent and harmless, if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely does inspire me to play nice.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall.
Just leave the cabin, bro.
You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer,
Hey,
one
yo,
silent
she's giving me
footfall
that
at
dirty
a
look,
time,
bro.
cocking
Stop.
her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends.
You die.
I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
A nightmare.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to...
You have
A warning. She will lie. I don't think lying... It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone. The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll... Hold on. What happened to the door?
Yeah, what happened to...
It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
Enter the
Should have
basement.
taken the knife again. I don't think she's going to take an olive branch. We need something sharper. You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness. More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
He keeps saying that.
Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Come back? She must have you confused with someone else. You really don't remember, do you? It doesn't matter, we need a game plan. We know we can't just go down there unprepared.
And step off into the void.
You attempt to step off the stairs and into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force. Why did you do that? What did you think would happen?
I don't know, I was curious. I was curious.
Congratulations, you really lucked out. Of all the things that could have happened from stepping into a void, nothing is quite possibly the best outcome you could have gotten. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones, visible against the inky black of the basement, mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I will go back.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Go back the way you came.
You turn back to the stairs, only to find that they aren't there.
Well, shit.
A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
There she is.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb.
She's so beautiful.
Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
No little knife this time. It's almost like you want me to get you.
There has to be a way out of this. Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins
Damn
to
it.
coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Nerves. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches
Heart,
death.
liver, nuns.
Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again.
Heart, liver.
You sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more?
Heart, liver.
You have seconds left.
Heart.
Yes, I'm sure.
Heart, liver.
Lungs,
Oh.
liver. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Liver.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
Heart, lungs,
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
nerves. She isn't attacking us. Lungs. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Nerves. And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. And the way out of here is nowhere to be seen. That isn't my fault. It doesn't matter whose fault it is because fighting her isn't an option right now.
I'm off to bed. Now it's being fun.
And
Thank
should
you,
get
Frenzy.
looking, shouldn't you?
Have a good sleep.
Lungs, liver, nerves,
I was sent.
lungs,
If we
liver, nerves, heart.
run. I'm not doing any of this. I'm not helping you. And I'm not going to try and kill you. So
Liver,
do your worst. Okay.
heart, lungs,
We don't have to be
liver,
enemies.
nerves,
Would you look at that? You're suggesting exactly what I want.
liver,
Somebody's ahead of the curve.
heart,
I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me and then...
nerves, heart.
Well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too.
Liver,
I don't think I can leave without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
lungs, liver, nerves, heart,
If you need me alive, then why did you threaten me?
heart, lungs,
And if I let you out, what then? Do we, you know,
liver.
if you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down situation?
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
Damn.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
Okay, let's get out of here.
What? No!
Yes.
I knew you'd come around. Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
No, I'm not going to let this happen.
Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving, and,
Do you think you can just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster? Shit. Lungs,
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
with a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion.
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs,
Come along now. You don't want to be stuck down here.
nerves, heart, lungs.
The princess glides onto the stairs and beckons you to follow. If only you had a weapon, this would be the perfect opportunity to use it.
Heart, lungs,
But we don't.
nerves, heart,
We've already
lungs,
made our choice.
liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
We can still grab it on the way out. You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the suggestions for the time being. Just focus on keeping us alive. Right.
Heart,
Lungs, liver, nerves.
heart,
You step onto the basement stairs, following the princess as she ascends. Pins and needles punctuate your every step, an uncomfortable and constant reminder of your mortality.
liver,
Is this really worth it?
Yes.
At least it's a choice.
nerves,
That doesn't justify anything. A terrible choice is still terrible.
liver, nerves, heart,
Make sure you keep up. We wouldn't want you to fall.
nerves,
As if acting on instinct, you crane your neck and look behind you.
nerves,
There is nothing there.
lungs, liver,
The princess reaches the top of the stairs and taps on the door.
liver,
Her head twists back in your direction, watching you with dead eyes as the way out creaks open. Don't forget that your pristine blade is still on the other side. You can still make this right. You can still save
No.
everyone. You can still save yourself from becoming her tormented pet.
nerves,
There's no harm in us having a weapon. All it does is give us more options, and we are dangerously low on those right now.
No, I want her trust.
Have you considered that maybe you could operate the autonomic nervous system for a bit? Everyone is trying to manipulate us, and I can only do so many things at once to keep us alive. Heart. Liver? Your body seizes violently as you regain consciousness on the floor of the cabin. No, no, no! You're doing it all wrong! You're supposed to do it like this. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
heart, lungs.
I guess I have to do everything around here, don't I?
heart,
liver.
lungs,
Damn it.
liver,
There we go. Back with me where you belong. I thought you might have decided to break yourself just to spite me.
heart,
It's better for you that you didn't.
liver,
Now we can get back to business. For starters, we won't need this where we're going.
nerves, heart,
The princess plucks the blade from the floor
liver,
and tosses it through the door behind you.
heart,
It vanishes into the inky black of the basement,
nerves,
never to be seen again.
Good. I
Guess
was.
we're not stabbing her in the back.
nerves, heart,
I guess not.
liver,
I'm going to fix myself a stiff drink. If I'm about to watch you hand the world to her on a silver platter, I'd rather not be sober.
lungs, liver,
And now you open the door.
heart,
There's nothing else for us to do.
liver, nerves, heart, lungs,
The doorknob twists in your hand,
nerves, heart,
revealing the forested path beyond the cabin.
nerves,
You bastard. You've actually done it.
liver,
You've actually doomed
nerves,
everyone.
heart, lungs,
It's so beautiful.
nerves,
I can't wait to ruin it.
liver,
But it's so cold, too.
heart,
It's itching against my skin.
nerves, heart, lungs,
She slumps to the ground.
nerves, heart,
Why is it so cold?
liver, nerves.
You don't get a chance to respond.
She's gone. And is that a... It's calling us. And not in a good way.
Nothing. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Oh my gosh, it's the narrator.
You were either going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world. You can still slay her. We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save.
No!
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone. You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death. She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
If you want me to destroy the concept of transformation, how is that?
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
You're delusional.
I'm only delusional if I'm wrong. And I'm not wrong. I can't be wrong.
If you made us, then I want you to know that this has been torture.
The inevitability of death is torture. I would gladly put two infinite beings through what you've been through to spare infinite lives from oblivion.
After everything you've done to us, you think anyone deserves to live?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
Man, so many questions and you can't even ask them all. Who cares about dying?
If that's your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying. So I am. And so it was always going to be. I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away. You know what you have to do.
Goodbye, narrator. Bring the nightmare to her. Hey,
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Is there another choice? There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is it all falling on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
If I let you out on the entire world... If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter the roads I walked?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Fear is what pretends to protect us from loss. To fear death protects from losing a body. To fear ruin protects from losing status.
Oh, weird.
To fear rejection protects from being known. But losing a body is contained within having a body. Losing status is contained within having status. Being known is contained within being conscious. It is in the nature of all things to transform, to go from known to hidden to known again. But when the ceaseless impermanence of all things strips away the finality of endings, what remains of fear? Is it a shelter protecting you from itself? Or is it a shelter protecting itself from you? You took fear by the hand and walked with it into the unknown. And through that, you feared nothing.
You act as though the world can't exist without you, but I've existed without you. That wasn't a rejection of fear. You broke me to your will. You wanted to make the world suffer. You act as I'm not afraid anymore. Even if I'm not afraid now, the fear of others is real. We can't uphold the harm that everyone suffers just because we're beyond it. You broke me.
Were you afraid when you stepped through that door? Or were you enticed by what might come next? By what might lie beyond fear? By what you might become? You say I broke you, but was that curiosity not freedom of its own?
I guess that's true.
You are devoured. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. Within, you are tightly bound and choke on heavy air as acid burns its way into your pores. A nest of things devouring within things devouring. But even when dissolved, you gifted me a life. Perhaps it was fear that drove you. Perhaps it was compassion. But the outcome of an act matters more than its intentions. There's a natural order to the cycle of things sustaining things. A world without sustenance is a world without relationships. And it is our relationships that give us form and substance.
That's true. Appeal to your shared humanity. You speak about life and death and change the stagnation, but that isn't what... You're right. Yes, without desire, we have no need for relationships. We would all be alone. But if we had no desires, would being alone be so bad? You cannot use eating me to prove you're right. But my intentions do matter. I only freed you to save myself.
And yet our conflicting desires liberated us both. And now we are here. So much more than we ever could have imagined.
To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us. Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path together to bloom. Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? What of those in the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray?
No. I don't want to keep anyone still. What does the path matter if it always ends?
The path only ends when it becomes a new beginning. To see those seams as finality is to pass over them with closed eyes.
A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
If If I had known what you really were, I wouldn't have been so quick to free you. Of course I helped you. I didn't want us to hate each other.
Then help me again. We are each other's liberation.
As a clash between you and abates, you begin to shake.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. Let me see what happens if I say...
There is no something else. This, what we are, is everything.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
It's the voice of the hero! I thought you died whenever I looked in the mirror.
I don't think that's wrong, but I'm not sure it's right either. But we can worry about all that later. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
What did
Do
I
you
just...
need me to describe things?
What did I just get the achievement for? Beget strange endings, strange beginnings. Huh. That's weird, you can see my Steam stuff now. Like, how does that work?
That'd be nice. A little comfort in an almost unfamiliar place. Oh, you made it here too? We never really got to talk to her, did we? This one, I mean.
I like the description. I'd like that description now, if you don't mind, for old time's sake. Is it just the three of us? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
And I've been here since you left me here. No hard feelings, I'm just glad you're back to see this through.
Ah, I was a contrarian. If the offer still is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated. Really goes to show how much you've grown up. Killing somebody across every iteration of reality just by existing. I don't even know what I would do if I were in the driver's seat with that kind of power.
If the offer's still good, I don't actually know how to feel about him being gone. It's funny, after everything he put us through, it kind of...
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he? It's not complicated at all. I miss him. I feel bad that he's gone.
Entered the basement.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far. If that's what you think is best, then that's what you think is best. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
I should have saved.
Those winding stairs again. But now there's only one way forward. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice? Yeah, it was a real mess. Stopped being fun pretty quick.
It's okay. You can come down. The stairs won't bite. Not this time. We don't know what you want from us. But let's talk. All of us. Maybe we can help you find your way.
She doesn't sound messy anymore, though. At least somebody here feels put together. And forward we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting. That was easy compared to last time. Just stairs. No weird fuzzy stuff or nonsense trying to pull us apart. Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
So you didn't bring the knife. After all the lives we've lived together, and all the lives we haven't, you somehow found a way to move outside of the script. Are we missing a page?
Sit. I've never got the chance to talk with you before. Not... You were taken away. Not you. You, at least. I'm sorry for...
That's okay. No hard feelings. In a way, you helped us become a version of... her. But we weren't very good at it. A conversation with us then probably wouldn't have been very insightful. That's probably why we were taken away. That's all we had to offer you. It was time to change again.
After all we did, she's just forgiving us. Just like that. You know, that means a lot.
It is, for all of us. We've seen so many threads of stories told between us, but this moment is unexpected. Even when we've seen it all, you still managed to surprise us.
What do you think of her?
We don't know. We've seen through so many eyes, but all of them have been hers. We like you as you are. We like us as we are. Maybe we would have liked her version of us too, turning the wheel of a cosmic cycle together. But that's not the choice you made, even though she did everything in her power to convince you. It took courage for you to make your way down here, away from the paths others would have had you walk. We find that courage beautiful.
But that's the worst part of us. That's me she's talking about. I think that's the point. There is no worst part of us.
I'm confused. Are you the same as... Which princess are you?
It's so tempting to speak as she would, to simply state that we're all of them, but there were also something new. We don't know if you'll find that answer satisfying. Perhaps you'd rather hear that we're the first version of her that you've met, but that we've been shaped by the experiences of all of the others. Yes, that feels right to us.
It's her. It wouldn't make sense if she was anyone else. Is it unfair if it's our fault?
Was it not? We found you at the end of all things, and you found us. Is that not fair? Would this moment be what it is without the pain that built to it? We know we must sound like her, but it's how we feel. Everything that happened to us seems so important now. We walked a long and winding path together, and we've cherished every second of it.
Besides, I don't think fairness has much to do with anything.
Are you... So now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
We're just a stranger. But that doesn't mean we have to be distant from you. It just means that we'll always be able to find new things to discover in each other.
That's sweet. But it's also a little sad. I think it's only sad if we want it to be sad.
I don't think I want to be a god.
Hard agree. Seems overrated. Too much pressure.
But that's what you've always been, even now. You can't put aside such an important part of who you are, and neither can we. So, you might as well embrace it. Yes, we think. We're kind of like a shadow. Out there, every part of us is blended together into one huge idea. A big wave of unyielding change crashing against the world. But in here, we're fractured. Small. Still a little more separate than we'd like to be. Our instincts still trying to pull us in different directions.
That's kind of like us, isn't it? Yeah. We really are the same.
What if we just leave?
He'd hate that. So you should do it. Even if he isn't here anymore, it's the spirit of the thing.
Leave? But what would happen if we left with you? Would we exist inside ourselves? Are you sure you want to find out if that's possible, or what that would mean for you? Is that what you want?
I've always wanted to leave with you, but I didn't like being a god. I want to walk through this cabin door just...
After so many iterations, so many different versions of us clashing and coming together and clashing again, leaving with you feels like all we ever really wanted.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you. Yeah, I think we've done our job.
Are you sure you don't want to come?
Yeah, it wouldn't feel right. But I'll be okay. We'll be okay. See? I'm not even alone. If he's here with me, I'm sure we can find the others too.
Leave with the princess. You lead, the princess follows together, and you leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you said, a comfortable silence filling the space used to be flooded with violence in words and noisy thoughts. But there's an energy in the silence, the electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You can see the tension seizes them. They're unsure of themselves for the first time in their long, short existence. They have no part to play anymore. They know this, yet they still are. And they cross the room to the door outside. You follow their confident steps.
We can feel the threads of all the stories we've told together, all pulling us back down the stairs and into those chains where we know the outcome of everything that could ever come to pass. It's comfortable there, but it's confining. We want more. We want whatever might be on the other side of this door.
Something new that we'll experience together. With someone who exists outside of us. With someone who can see us in a way we can never see ourselves.
I don't know how I got this ending. I love you.
And we love you too.
And what happens next? Whatever it is, you'll face it together. And that's the ending I got. That's adorable. I don't know if that was new or that's based on like the shattered version of herself. I'm confused. Thank you for playing as an expression of our gratitude. We got memories. The end of everything. Oh, look at that. You can have... We don't think there's a way for us to leave. Leave with her at the end of everything. Damn, both of you to a incomplete existence. It's you. You've grown. You've withered. You've unraveled. You are nothing at all. The beast. There's so many different options. These are all new. Find the tower. Find the damsel. Find the specter. Find the adversary. Get her to break her own chains. Well, that's one ending, I guess. Oops. There's so many stuff. Well, I'll continue maybe next time. I'm not sure. But goodbye.